Hey everybody, Troy here. Hope everybody's doing good. The president had a news conference today. Uh, the main talking point for his news conference was the debt ceiling. Excuse me. But then some reporters were able to ask some questions, and what I'm going to do is just play parts of that. There was two different questions, and they were spaced apart between other things other reporters were asking. So bear with me. This might be a little bit long, 4 or 5 minutes, but I will stop the video in between and make some comments on it. So the first one is going to be this reporter that asked him this question here.
Yeah. I wanted to ask about gun violence. Today marks the 1 month anniversary of the shooting in Newtown, which seemed to generate some momentum for reinstating the assault weapons ban. But there's been fresh opposition to that ban from the NRA, and even Harry Reid has said that he questions whether it could pass Congress. Given that, how hard will you push for an assault weapons ban? And if one cannot pass Congress, what other measures would need to be included in a broad package in order to curb gun violence successfully?
Well,
Okay, I'm going to stop it there because he says a lot of things that that are political and whatever, and but I want to fast forward it to a part of the question right here that he answers, and then I'll stop it and make a comment on
if
that.
in fact, and I believe this is true, everybody across party lines was as deeply moved and saddened as I was by what happened in Newtown, then we're going to have to vote based on what we think is best. We're going to have to come up with answers that set politics aside, and that's what I expect Congress to do. But what you can count on is that the things that I've said in the past, the belief that we have to have stronger background checks, that we can do a much better job in terms of keeping these magazine clips with high capacity out of the hands of folks who shouldn't have them, an assault weapons ban that is meaningful, that those are things I continue to believe make sense.
Okay, so I did a video about the same subject as far as high capacity magazines, as they call them, and we all know that banning high capacity magazines, 30 round magazines and up, are not going to stop a mass shooting. As we all know and watch videos and people that train, somebody with a 10 round magazine or a 20 round magazine can change out a magazine in seconds. So it doesn't make any sense to ban a 30 round magazine because somebody can take out a lot of people with less rounds, a lesser round magazine. So that doesn't make any sense. So I'm going to then fast forward it to the to the next question about guns, and let's see. And like I said, bear with me because this is going to be a little long, probably about 5-minute video. I want to get to the right place where the question is asked, right about in here. Oops, sorry about that.
Gun control measure passed through this Congress. What are you willing or able to do using the powers of your presidency to act without Congress? And I'd also like to know, what do you make of these long lines we're seeing at gun shows and gun stores all around the country? I mean, even in Connecticut, applications for guns are up since the shooting in Newtown.
Well, my understanding is the Vice President's going to provide a range of steps that we can take to reduce gun violence. Some of them will require legislation, some of them I can accomplish through executive action. And so I'll be reviewing those today, and as I said, I'll speak in more detail to what we're going to go ahead and propose later in the week. But I'm confident that there are some steps that we can take that don't require legislation and that are within my authority as president. And where we get a step that has the opportunity to reduce the possibility of gun violence, then I want to go ahead and take it.
Okay, so I'm going to cut it off there at that point. So if you all heard what I heard, it sounds to me if he can't get the law, a law passed through Congress, or certain laws passed through Congress for gun control, he's going to invoke executive order, which is just a load of crap, and y'all knew that this was most likely coming anyway, but it's still a load of crap. Like I said, bear with me. I'm already into 5 minutes and 30 seconds, but you know, these are points that need to be made about his speech. So let me go a little bit further in, and I'll play this.
And you know that there's probably an economic element to that. It obviously is good for business, but I think that you know, those of us who look at this problem have repeatedly said that responsible gun owners, people who have a gun for protection, for hunting, for sportsmanship, they don't have anything to worry about. The issue here is not whether or not we believe in the Second Amendment. The issue is, are there some sensible steps that we can take to make sure that somebody like the individual in Newtown can't walk into a school and gun down a bunch of children in a shockingly rapid fashion. And surely we can do something about that. But part of the challenge that we confront is that even the slightest hint of some sensible, responsible legislation in this area fans this notion that somehow here it comes. And that
Okay, so so you mentioned a fear that gun owners have. Well, we don't have a fear that all guns would be taken away, because they most certainly can't do that as part of the Second Amendment. But we have a fear of our AR-15s and our AK-47s will be taken away, and possibly our 30-round magazines, and maybe even down the 20-round magazines. So, and he said sensible. And I'm going to go ahead and play another clip that he uses again. I'll just play this, and he says the word sensible.
everybody's guns are going to be taken away. It's unfortunate, but that's the case. And if you look at over the first 4 years of my administration, we've tried to tighten up and enforce some of the laws that were already on the books. But it'd be pretty hard to argue that somehow gun owners have had their rights infringed.
So I misspoke a little bit there because he already had mentioned sensible. So, I mean, sensible to who, Mr. President, and other gun haters? It's not sensible to us. It's definitely not sensible to us. Let me know what you folks think. I know this is very long, and if you want to, look at it part by part, most certainly do. And just leave a comment. And this can be seen on the White House government website, so it's for everybody to see. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.